Sisi juzi tulichagua farmers representative kwa AFA. AFA on sugar hakuna pande ya representing sugar farmers in the AFA. Na other 10 crop ambao sugar ni moja yao, 9 kuna representing farmers sugar. Tukichagua hawa, there are several cases nasumbua sisi na ni farmer by farmer which you don't want now. On this task force, ukienda kwa number 4, Mungu na hiyo kitabu number 4, utakuta Kenya National Federation of Sugarcane Farmers. Our views yote iko hapa. So mine to support this document, iende kwa implementation on behalf of sugar. Anything ambayo itakuja tutafanya amendment baadaye. Hakuna haja mwaka enda mwaka rudi bado tunarudi kwa hii maneno. Mambo ya sukari ndio ile. Ila ndio mbele. Napata watu related 500 tons leaving our millers, local miller with sugar in their stores. Tunataka waulize millers kabla hawajafanya hivi. Ndio waseme sasa hapana sugar. Ndio walete capacity.
Thank you. Raphael Walebo, you are the farmers representative. In your view, as a representative of the farmers, does this report contain the measures to fix the problem bedeviling the farmers in Kenya of sugarcane?
Thank you so much, Abdul Kadir. First of all, I want to honor the presence of our dear Governor, Fernandes Baraza, our dear Governor, my Deputy Governor, and my MP and other MPs. Thank you, and the MCAs and all good farmers that have come. To me, having looked at the brief part of it, because it has not been in public limelight, and even if you asked many of our attendants here, very few of them have a copy of that report. Until today, when we were getting the hard copy, I had managed to look at the soft copy yesterday, and I thought that that is the Bible, that is the panacea that will heal the problems that we farmers have been having. And when that happens, my pain, sugarcane farmer cannot even be expressed in English. You only need your mother tongue to say Kanyoli. What I'm saying is, we have suffered so much that we shouldn't lose this particular opportunity to encourage and support our leaders, right from the president, so that we are able to get it right this time around. You know, never before we've been having everything, and it has always looked like it's a merry-go-round. We have had the political wing, the old ones, who used sugarcane as a political tool to always come back and talk about it. But I believe as it goes to the higher levels, and I'm glad our Honorable Speaker was able to tell us exactly what we should do, to that extent, I am comfortable with it. But I want to request Mheshimiwa Wangwe that when you get back to Parliament, I do not know if I read right, but in your bill, the implementation period of that bill is like 12 months before you can have it actualized. Maybe I didn't understand it right, but if that is the case, 12 months is such a long time for us farmers to wait.
Governor Migori County. As we come forth from the morning discussion, the speaker, the MPs, and others, that there has been no goodwill to implement even the report, even the work on legislation. We can't work like there was a registration for which the current and the Honorable Wangwe, which was there, and then this the 13th Parliament handling it, and yet the previous Parliament have sorted it out. And then is the interest of the politicians that some of these things, some of the agricultural sector are not streamlined. Okay, so there is no clear movement unless now the president himself has proclaimed that he wants to change how farming or agricultural sector is handled in Kenya, starting from coffee, tea, and now sugar. Things should work out. But I'm happy that the leaders from the West and the Nyanza are coming out to champion the interest of the sugar. A change with their support, the support of the president, we will see a bright future for sugar industry in this country.
Gamaliel Anamanja, you are the representative of Mmust Growers Company. I mean, I see you have details of the report on the production, but do you see a resolution of the problems that are affecting you, the farmers?
When Governor, all protocol observed, I see, like in the task force report, it has covered most of the items that would actually improve the sugar industry. But there is one major one. I think people have conveniently avoided it, particularly the millers. And that is the price of cane. The farmer has inputs from land prep up to weeding, fertilizer, and the rest. When the pricing formula and the price of cane is arrived at, it does not factor in those. They take the price of sugar and put their sharing ratio, they say 50-50 or 60-40. Where they get those ratios, I don't really understand. So that by the end of the time, the farmer has put in 6,000 to produce 1 ton. And some people will go and meet somewhere and say that that pay them 5,000. I'm sure they are paying 5,200. But if you ask them, at Mulipataje 5,200, we don't know. Who participated, just like Ezra said, who participated from the farmers to decide that 5,200 is also. The next thing that has affected the farmer is the actual millers, particularly the ones who call private. They don't want to see the outgrower institutions. And that is why almost all the outgrower institutions are dead. And with the dying of the outgrower institutions, the cane growing also died. And that is why in the whole country we have no cane. I would suggest that the task force should be actually actualized, and cane pricing formula should start by taking in the farmers' inputs and then sort of create the guaranteed minimum price for the cane for the farmer. And then they can do the other sharing. Otherwise, the only thing I add is that we need good relationship between the millers and the outgrowers today, because that is what has hit the sugar industry.
Dr. Dan Mokwana from Moi University, as you prepare, I'm sure there are farmers as well who are seated and who are willing to have their views heard here, whether it's a question, it's a query, or it's an observation. I'll come to you, Honorable Mululu. Also, I see some hands up here, and also where my colleague is, I see the hands are very many, so we'll be very brief, so we'll have a number to work with because of time. The microphone will come there, so we'll balance it out. Dr. Mokwana, and this largely points to what Anamanja has said, the inclusion of the farmer, to make that very critical decision, the pricing element, and from what happens between the farm and when the sugar ends up at the consumer's household. Has that been the problem? Is that the cause of why we are having this debate of excluding the farmer?
Thank you very much. I'm Daktari Muhana from University. I want to appreciate the chance because over the time we researched on sugarcane with protocols observed. I think, and as my Deputy Governor, Honorable Saboda said, the problem is not the farmer missing. The greatest problem, as he has put it, is putting the farmer on the table. And that is where we have missed it. As long as the farmer is not there on the table, and as the report has put it, the task force report, and it is good, Honorable Wango is here, we must prioritize the farmer. If we don't prioritize the farmer, then we get it all wrong. And this is the reason. The reason is pretty simple. When you talk about pricing, the farmer is not there. Is it? When you talk about the Sugar Research Institution, there is a missing link between the institution and the farmer. When you talk about the miller trolling over the farmer, there is nobody to arbitrate, and especially the private millers. And this is where we now have to take the bull by its horns. As much as we want to operate in a liberalized economy, with the dictates of a liberal economy, where demand supply has to come in, there is a danger of even the farmers suffering more, because just before the closure of the sugar, the millers, there is something that had come out very clear, that the millers were colluding, so the prices were going up. The end result is that they will collude and fix the prices. And so unless the farmer is there when it comes to pricing, then it becomes very difficult. And so what we are calling the pains of the farmer, they will even be more. And that's why I fall in line with the farmer Wilimo to ask Honorable Wango that the effective date of that sugar bill be reduced from 12 months proposed to something like 4 months.
Thank you. Thank you, Daktari. Honorable Wango will have his own time and he will be on the podium to express more on the content of this bill. Yes, Moses Wafula, I see many hands are up, so we should be brief. Comments, questions, or query? Yes, Moses. Thank you.
Asante sana. Hivi sasa tunaingia katika lugha ya Kiswahili ili tuweze kuelewana. Mchanya na uhasi wa ukulima wa miwa. The gains of and the pains of sugarcane farmers. Please don't repeat, usije ukarudia yale ambayo mzungumzaji amezungumza. Sekunde 30 kwa kila moja ili tusawazishe mazungumzo yetu. Tuanze.
Sana. Majina naitwa Robert Wanga ambaye ni mkulima kutoka Mmust. Jambo la kwanza nashukuru hii conference. Mimi ni mkulima wa miwa, lakini tumepata tabu nyingi. Ile kitu mimi niko nayo na wasiwasi na mambo ya somo. Hii ni kama mmoja wetu alikuwa anasema, miwa na miezi kwa sababu ya mila wamepewa hiyo nafasi, siwezi kupeleka miwa mahali popote. So what I propose, kama niko na miwa yangu na ni private, ile kama idea kupeleka hiyo miwa.
Asante sana, tuende kwa haraka. Amesema miwa ilisalia miezi sawa.
Asante sana. Naitwa Steven Mamadwa. Mimi vile vile ni mkulima wa miwa kutoka kule Bungoma. Mimi nataka niseme kwamba nikiwa hapa na hiyo bill ambayo tayari iko kwenye bunge, kuna jambo moja. Mahindi ya kilimwa, ninyi mnaona mnapeleka mahindi cereals, mahindi yako yanapima kama unaangalia. Kila kitu wanapima ukiangalia. Je, ili swala la upimaji wa miwa, swala jingine ambalo mimi naona kwamba kama kamati na kama stakeholders lazima vile serikali iangazie, kwa sababu watu ambao wana hizo weight bridges ni wale wenye mashine. Mkulima anakaa kwake, miwa ichukuliwe kutoka nyumbani, hajui ataletewa tu kwamba miwa yako ilitoka kiwango fulani. Kwa hivyo hilo swala la kupima miwa ni sehemu nyingine ambayo vyema iangaliwe kwa makini sana.
Asante kwa mtumia hivi sekunde 30 jamani.
Thank you so much. My name is John Otemolo from Migori County. I'm a farmer and also a chairman of Kenya National Federation Soil. All this history we talked about them some days back. What we would request is only that all this that has been passed should not be taken up there to take dust. We need this sugar issue. We need the bill to be passed. We need as well regulations to be passed to Parliament. If that is done, these problems we are facing will be solved once and for all. Finally, we are requesting, or it is in our interest that SEM, if it can come back, let it be regulated with Kenya sugar. See, when we are talking about sugar, give me time, please. I'm very thankful. If you can remember the history, in 1981, so when that this country was doing very well and even we were exporting. Why can't we question ourselves, what is the problem? What happened? We believe it is up there in the government. So let the government change and we believe it will be something. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I understand how important the sugar thing is, but please at the same time kindly, as I move towards this end, then back.
Thank you, Excellencies and Charles Atiana. The theme of this forum has been three things. Mumias has taken center stage. I want my Excellencies to adapt the issue of revival of the One Sugar Company. The One Sugar Company has had serious, several unnecessary court cases which were at one time ruled by the court of appeal. Today, another amorphous organization called Closely Holding has made the one with hostage in court. We are pleading that the executive orders that were issued by His Excellency the President William Samoei Ruto, he hereby echoed in this forum that Mambo ni matatu. Closely Holding never bought anything, any night in Rwanda, no money was paid to anybody, and that meeting must get out of Rwanda. Those court cases must go. As far as the one that was done in Mmust, point number one. Point number two, to work with him. We have agreed that we need orderly justice. We have been, there's another part in the house called zoning. We are being cheated. We are removing green zone to regional zoning. I'm giving you an example because I come from Germany. In Germany, there must be in the doorstep of Germany Sugar Company, in the doorstep of Sugar Company, by why private people within that region. At what point is this regional zoning going to help the farmer? If the whole thing in Germany area is taken away, all the Kenyan areas in Mongolia is taken away, how is that regional zoning going to help? Another point, I have a privilege to sit in the Kenya Pricing Committee, and this is very important, please give me time. The issue of cane formula, this was adapted from South Africa formula. The issue of sharing of 50 to 50 is in South Africa. Farmers also refer farmers are the owners of the farm. They have shares in the farm. And therefore the sharing ratio is 50-50. But But when you come to Kenya here, today 90% of the production is done by the farmers. Therefore, I started that committee the last time. We have made an application to have that formula review. In this act, we want an opening so that formula can be reviewed. Because Kenyan farmers are 90% producing cane, millers are producing just 1% of cane. The last one I wanted to say is about the issue of byproduct. The byproduct, as it is in the bill, it is until post usage of cane testing unit. This cane testing unit has been another elephant in the sugar industry. It has costed taxpayers billions and billions of money. This system was adopted by the millers, and the way millers are supposed to be managed independently. The millers are accepted. The biggest problem why this cane testing unit has never worked today, the millers have objected to it. And that must be reviewed. The last is about the catchment areas. We are only 5 regions. We are over 20,000 farmers. I'm pleading that even in Parliament, all there is a big review after 10 years. In that previous sugar board, we only had 5 representatives of farmers. It is my view, that their area needs to be expanded. Farmers cannot only have 5 representatives. Please let us expand to a big number of sectors.
Thank you very much. Let's have the agenda, but please, podcast are not an issue. Let's share 1 minute each. 1 minute each. Thank you. I'll give you the chance to give a minute. I'll give you the chance to give you.
Before you proceed, after she's done, we will come to a agenda. Then the development of the production, we need to wrap up and then we'll come here because we have another panelist as well. Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Auxilia Nyamoma from Atulu. I just want to thank you so much, Mheshimiwa Wanga, for the initiative of the bill. I think as I grew up in Mumias, I realized that we had quite a number of farmers selling out their shares. I'm persuaded to believe that even right now in a sugar company, shareholders will be very different from the farmers that we have. And you know that also influences the kind of leadership that we have. So what I also want to request as you speak, because I've not had speakers speak so much about shareholding in this factory of ours. I don't know what the experts advise right now as we are here, so that we can own back our factory. Number 2, I wish also to talk about the turning, the price turning variation. That variation has also costed farmers so much, because we realize when a farmer has sugarcane and he's told that there is another factory somewhere that sells better in terms of the pricing of the ton, they prefer to sell there. So decreasing our factory not to get sugarcane. So I wish that the bill involve also the pricing, so that it is standardized all over the factories of our country, Kenya. I believe that will also encourage the farmers to accept the zoning and uniformly sell their sugarcane to the factories that are where they are found. Finally, we need political goodwill. That has been a bone of contention. Quite a number of our senior politicians have used this as an excuse just to make the way to get to seats, and we get our farmers not really having anything to benefit. And therefore, I wish that let our politicians walk the talk. Finally, there are workers that are staying in your sugar company who have been working, and indeed they are not even getting any pay. I wish that this prioritized, because the families are very disparate. Thank you.
Yes, Solomon Jenny, and then
Solomon Jenny.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Please be brief.
Thank you. One, immediately, Madam MP, one thing I would like us to understand, the factories, different types of factories, private and state factories. I want to ask those who are making contribution not to paint a particular sector of factories as very evil. One of the one of the panelists is saying that very factor reduced the price from 2,000 something to 2,000. It's not true. The prices have always remained, the minimum has been 3,100 per ton. Now, you don't have to indicate that the Ghana is importing sugar was not part of those factories that were import sugar in the country. What I would like to request is that let us have facts correctly, and then lastly, I would like to ask the oil of the bill. The issue of zoning is a hot issue. I want to request number one, clarify, because even when I sit as a farmer, I would not like to be tied to one particular factory as zoning.
Thank you.
Sorry, thank you. It's just a point of order. I've had Honorable Jenny as a representative speaking on behalf of Butali. I don't know whether Butali representatives are here because I'm being asked. The Honorable Jenny is not a representative of Butali, and I didn't want it to go down in record. No, I just wanted to help out. I didn't want it to go on record. Yeah, because I was being pricked here that is Honorable Jenny talking on behalf of Butali, and I wanted just that clarity so that it is clear. And if Butali maybe is here, then they can answer also the farmers.
Okay, thank you.
So that it doesn't go on record like that.
Okay, what he generally meant was a point of information of a clarification on the statement made here. Yes?
It's clear, Governor, I am MP for Malala. I represent that factory, I represent West Kenya factory. I'm speaking, senating to factories. Thank you.
Thank you. Now let's get back here because I see many hands are up and it's becoming. We'll be getting another round of questions or queries. Probably two from the side. The gentleman that referred to who had his hand earlier up, and then the and then please, to be time conscious, let's keep it 45 seconds, please.
Your Excellency, governors, present, panelists, my name is Jeremiah Konya. I'm a farmer, a long-time farmer in Malaba constituency, and I'm also a representative of the workers in the sugar industry. First, I want to say that we are glad that when the president talked about Mmust, he said he's going to waive off those debts. And he said the workers' debt of about 7 billion is included. We have not heard those things being talked when the speakers are speaking. The workers' debt must also be waived so that the workers can also benefit. Number two, I want to say that technology, if we should quote this meeting here, we will talk empty things. Technology must change. If we will go back to our farms and plant sugarcane that matures after 24 months, we are killing the industry. We must go to the technology that is there. Finally, I want to say this, that as my MP has said, and as the MP for Lugari has said, the government should keep off from the sugar industry management, because what went down, yes, the government knows. If we want to manage these companies well, we must put up proper management. Three Wazungus, as our guest was speaking, were able to manage Mmust. How comes all the 40 million Kenyans can fail? The private sugar industries are flourishing because they have set up standards of management and the payment system. 5 days a farmer is paid, and 2 months a farmer is not paid in a company. That is killing the industry.
Yes, one more. The final. And to be fair to this gentleman, I will give you the final word. Mwalimu, proceed.
Thank you, Chairman of the panel. My name is Saul, so I come from Goma. Regarding ownership of the public farms, what happens? I think there's a question memo that effect. What we do about Tony, etc. I'm wondering why our members of parliament want to think of other than the farmers and the key investors. My proposition to Rangwe is that the MPs consider farmers themselves to own those factories. When it came to the privatization of the tea factories, the government gave consideration to those farmers of tea, those factories, to own them. When it comes to sugar, we want to look for other outside. I think that should be considered that we benefit and own those factories. The government can float a bond for us to own the factories. Secondly, quickly, on one way, I noticed that in the bill, there is deviation of Schedule 3. And Schedule 3 deals with agreements between farmers and millers and farmers and other stakeholders. Part of this issue of agreements is what will have led to the regulations that govern the industry. And you know, I think Honorable Mary spoke about the issue of regulations. The election of Schedule 3, I think, is something that this will be considered so that the regulations of agreements governing relationships within the industry is maintained and those regulations are settled quickly. Finally, the question of SDL, Sugar Development Levy. Honorable Angwe and members of parliament, this issue of taking sugarcane money to commodity fund, I don't think is correct. Let the sugar development fund be made within the sugar board that we want to be around. In fact, the commodity fund, if you ask the legislators, commodity fund is an illegal outfit. And when article is founded, it has no foundation, so consider that. Then finally, I was referred to as a proponent of zoning. You know, we are farmers, not private investors. I do not want anyone to zone me. We are free to do business. So no sugarcane farmers, except be zoned. Zones were during the days of slavery, during the days of plantations in the Caribbean. Here, 96% of production is on small scale holders. Don't zone us. They are free to market to wherever we want.
He had a clarification.
I just wanted to wrap it up. My name is Gideon Osu. I just wanted to listen to people. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm a grower in Kisumu County. I'm a grower also in Nandi County. I want to correct the notion of my brother Tiang, who was just spoken on the young women, on the zoning and the no zoning. I want this team to come out with a very clear mind that as farmers of the zone, of the region, we are supporting clustered zoning. If it were not for the clustered zoning, the open market has made us what we are. We know the person that we've been using to collect our data from Uganda is the person who has raked out the sugar industry in the old republic. So we are putting you aware that you should know that we are going to do three things that has been said several. If you can't listen, we will make you listen. If you want the zoning.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll get back to you. Thank you. We'll get back to you. Thank you. Take your seats. We go another round of views. Exactly. And I'm a chance for you to speak. Please take your seats. It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please take your seats. Your seats may be back to you life. Thank you. You proceed.
And 1 minute each because we proceed. No problem. You have 1 minute. 1 minute, please. Starting with you. Very strict. 1 minute. You can speak. Wacha nisimame sasa. Pia baba tayari kesi leo. Unarudisha sisi nyuma, tumediscuss mambo ya zoning separately all town. Wacha niulize Kristo. Ukisupport soko huu na kama mmepatia mimi fertilizer in South Nyanza, alafu Ezra anachukua mioyo yake naenda Kwale. How can you go to recover that fertilizer from the government? What are you saying here? We want revolving money, sugar development ambao tunataka ikuwa in place. Mimi nikipata pesa huko 100,000, mimi nakata mimi mara tano. Alafu mioyo yangu iende Busia. What less? Why did you change? You are running inside. We are supporting regional zoning. For example, choosing transfer by 20% transfer. Na zone, na sukari na ilikuwa sawa kuleta region. Huyu ameweka hao na kufuta shamba yao. Israeli kelele amekubali ndio yake ama ameenda pesa yake hali inachukua soli inachukua ili transfer na inachukua kule kwa nini saa hii anasaidia watu soli anasaidia watu wa Kenya miwa imeungua hapa mingi sasa pia naenda huko wapi kwa sababu wamesimamiza hii mambo ya kwenda five factor na factor ambao wanasaidia watu wengi. So mambo ya soni majini haya, hiyo ndio kama ni nini?
Yes, thank you very much. The issue of zoning is a hot topic, but I know it's for the interest of the farmers. For example, if I can talk about sold sugar in Migori, right now we don't have, we have inadequate sugar, no sugar cane, because you will find that our cane are going to Viwa and other short goods basket. So, and yet we have an industry here that we are reviving. So, to some extent, we should have a regulated zoning where it is controlled. The other thing is that, as I said earlier, it is now that as politicians, we give our farmers their priority. Because they are our voters, we must empower them. We can't talk of bottom-up approach without empowering our farmers. So therefore, let us politicians give priority empowering our farmers. Thank you.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you. His Excellency, Governor, you can see how it is hot. But on this point, the whole issue, I don't touch on zoning because it has been touched on. But there is this issue that triggers even the issue of zoning, which is the issue of inputs. And this issue of inputs, maybe His Excellency Governor Barasa will be of help, and Governor Lusaka. You have been distributing inputs for maize production. What have you been doing for the sugarcane farmer? I understand that His Excellency Governor Barasa is putting up a fertilizer factory. I think the missing link here is the agricultural extension officers. They die. They are no longer there. So that they become a link. As the farmers get inputs from the county, because it is the government to provide public services, and agriculture is a devolved function. the issue of where the miller should take the care will in itself be sorted out, because the miller will be chasing after his inputs. But now if the county government has come in, then the production of the sugar industry will start regulating itself in view of the bill that is coming. The other thing, what hurts the farmer most is the kind of varieties that the farmer produces. And this is where the Sugar Research Institute has to come in. The farmers are dying for a sub-12 months variety, so that as the maize farmers are harvesting, the cane farmers are equally harvesting. So if we can get a sub-12 months variety, which you can improve from the KEN varieties and not the FRE, it will be of great help to the local region.
Thank you. Yes, please, briefly.
Okay, let me start.
Yes, please, you can.
Please. Now, mine is a very brief as well, but I want to say this on the issue of zoning for the purpose of our MPM, we want to take it up. You know, members who are here, what makes a farmer poach the cane? It is because of either the price of factory A is higher than that of the neighboring factory. So I would really pray, Mr. Wango, that let us have conditions, rules that will cover the sugar industry to the extent that what happens in factory A should be what is happening in factory B. The price of sugarcane, to some extent, has not been uniform. For example, West Kenya has been paying slightly higher than Zoya. So farmers of Zoya will feel they will deliver their cane well in West Kenya. So let us have one uniform price. I'm saying this because we as the Agricultural institution, we have lost terribly and we are unable to pay the loan because of poaching, because of this element of no zoning. And as we are unable to service the loans because of that kind of state. So we request, as you write off the debts, you also include the debts of the Agricultural farm. We really wish and pray that we have regulations in place that will guide the sugar industry. There is a saying, which is still life, that once bitten, twice shy. Why are people pulling away from cane growing? It is basically because of the frustrations they are getting. But we are being, as our pro institution, Mr. Emmanuel, that kindly consider the problems of the farmer. Like the farmer whose cane was bad, was never harvested, he had a loan with the miller, he had a loan with the agro institution, and you still want him to pay the loan.
Thank you.
So it kindly do away with that right of the debts of the agro institution.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I want to follow suit. Here I'm standing. Now, I want to deviate a bit in my thinking that agriculture is a devolved activity. The current shareholding of our national government in those factories is as known. Is there any possibility, our legislators, that you can formulate a policy where the county government can have part of that shareholding? And when I talk about it, I'm talking about our factory in Mmust, so that the county government will have a say on who will come to invest and also how it will be run. So when that is done, it will give the governors, like in Bungoma, I'm talking about Bungoma and Mmust, where we have the government millers. But above all, these farmers, the farmers who are like me, want nothing less than good money in their pockets. And if ever the millers, the government-owned mills will ever have to stand up, they will have to do some of the things that those private guys are doing that is making them stay in business. One, they are recruiting farmers. Two, they are retaining those farmers by enabling them to put the crop on the ground. And three, they are rewarding them. They are rewarding them by paying them on time. Now, if we do not do that as a government, we shall be still overrun by the private millers, because we shall be having the machines we have retrieved from the jaws of those giant thieves, but we shall have no crop to tell them. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think I don't say quite a lot, but you are aware Mmust collapsed, and collapsed with a lot of dates. And those dates have created a big problem in the scheme. First of all, as somebody put, the workers, the farmers, and even the outgrower company, where Moko is demanding for 3.7 million from Mmust, which has been registered at the arbitration court. The only thing I can do for Mmust farmers is to request that Umwami Wangwe and the rest, you include, as you have put it, as Moko or Mmust sugar dates, you include also the farmer dates, so that the scheme can be vibrant and come back. Otherwise, I think we are okay. If Moko comes back, it was actually in the task force report that Moko should be revived, and I still repeat that I request that it should be revived. I have papers here which I will hand over to the government.
Okay.
Now you can help us.
Asante, your time is appreciated, and also to you, gentlemen, for your presence here, which is appreciated as well. On my far right is, of course, the chair, Kenya National Federation of Sugarcane Farmers. Thank you for your time. On my immediate right is Gamaliel Anamanja, Mmust Outgrowers Company representative. We also had the representative. We also had the representative of Nzoia Sugar Outgrowers Company Limited, Dr. Sifuna, Raphael Walimo, who represented farmers, and as well Dr. Mwana from Moi University, who researches on the sugar sector in Kenya, as well as Joseph Mahide, who doctor is the Deputy Governor of the County of Migori. Your time is appreciated. And as well to the farmers, I know it's a passion, you are passionate about this topic, it's emotive as well, but we couldn't take all your views, questions, or comments at the same time, because we have to transition to the other session, which will be moderated by Excellency Governor Paul Otoma, but we will transition with Governor Ken Lusaka from Baba County as we prepare the other list of guests here on set. Thank you for your time. Asante. Thank you.
Thank you. Chenda Mweda Hatikala. Makofi. Microphone for His Excellency Ken Lusaka. Microphone. Engineer. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that sugar is very sweet, but it can also get bitter. It was almost getting bitter, but that shows we have about this. And as we wind up, just like I did say, we have the whole report. And the model that we shall have, what the farmer really wants is to deliver his scale and be paid. Full stop. All these other stories, the farmer has to take his scale and be paid on time to put money in his store. So we want to get a model, and let us also not maybe run our factories based on sentimentals. It has an economic business. As I wind up, if you have been watching, regions, the leaders are fighting for their people to save them. They are fighting for coffee and tea. If we don't come up with a model that is going to work for us in sugarcane, nobody is going to fight for us. Nobody is going to fight for us. This is an opportunity. By tomorrow, we must identify the leaders who are going to champion this, so that we have agreed upon as a region or separately.
Lakini niwashukuru sana. I have had an opportunity to work in Muhoroni as a DO, heavily the sugar politics. But this is the time. If it does not